Hello friends, welcome back to Cosmopolitan Cornbread. So I'm bringing you into the kitchen today while I'm making a dish that I know I've made at least one other time on video, but I think it's been several years since I have. And it is for beef and cabbage. This is a recipe that I got from a friend of mine in my Bible fellowship back in Alabama. It was so incredibly easy to make, but it was so good. I had to ask her for the recipe. Now it starts off with some ground beef. Now normally this uses 1 pound of ground beef, but I went ahead and made it with 2 just because we wanted a little bit of a meatier version. I started that browning in a skillet with some onion powder, and then I'm slicing up some cabbage.
Making dinner. What are you doing?
She's bringing you the dinner she made.
Did you make all my dinner? Oh, boy. Oh, thank you, baby.
Right as I started cooking dinner, little Miss Bean came to visit.
Give that cabbage to the duckies.
And she decided to be my camera woman for a little bit and adjust the tripod for me. To the skillet, I'm adding some minced garlic, photographing the skillet because when this video goes live on YouTube, the recipe will also be available on my website. So I'm adding in the shredded cabbage, and I'm just going to spread it out in the pan and cover it with the lid and let this begin cooking down low. Now this skillet is going to be really full, and I find it easiest to mix this using a pair of tongs.
You are such a good helper.
After it cooks down just a little bit, I went ahead and I added some salt, some coconut aminos, some paprika, and that is it. Like I said, this is incredibly easy. I've got a sous chef in the making.
Is that your phone?
Yeah, that's a microphone. That's right, baby. You are so smart.
Otis was attacking her feet underneath her little table and then playing with all the pieces of cabbage that fell on the floor. So you just cook the cabbage down until it's the doneness that you like. If you like it a little crispy, you cook it less. If you like the cabbage super tender, you just cook it a little more. And that is it. Super easy, and it is just so good. You could get a printable version of this recipe with all of the measurements and details on my website, cosmopolitancornbread.com. I'll put a link to that in the video description down below. So now when it came time to wash up my skillet, I always scrub my stainless steel with baking soda and it gets it nice and clean. But the copper, get some ketchup. You can already see it doing its work. No chemicals needed. Now, depending upon how tarnished the copper is, it may take a little bit. Just be a little bit patient. Just kind of work the ketchup in, swirl it around, and in no time, you're going to have nice, shiny copper again. Now, last week and weekend, I was at the Refuge Ruckus fundraiser event. This was a fundraiser for Caleb House, which is a charity organization here in the region that helps rescue and restore trafficked children. This was a fundraiser I was a part of last year, and it is a topic, or a cause, I should say, that I care very deeply about. And so when they asked me to participate last year, I was more than happy to do so. And I did again this year. I've been supporting Caleb House ever since I found out about them. This is a very worthy cause, and we often wonder how we can help children who have suffered through this horrible evil. Well, supporting organizations like this is one of the ways that you can do that. During the event, there were a lot of speakers, and we learned a lot about what was going on here in the state. But this fundraiser isn't all serious business. It was also a lot of fun. There were vendors, there were speakers. There was even a tug-of-war event that took place, battling it out between crunchy and creamy peanut butter. In the end, the winner was crunchy. I was asked to be one of the speakers again this year, and while my talk at the event was not recorded, I did film an extended version, and it's been published here on the channel and on my website as a Bible study that you can download and print on biblical womanhood and marriage. And with this event being called Refuge Ruckus, you know it involved some rucking. There was a 5K ruck all over downtown Fort Smith, Arkansas. But one of my favorite things about these events, last year and this year, were new births. Alright friends, so I wanted to jump in here real quick before I end this video and just share a couple of things. First of all, in regards to Caleb House, the organization that fundraiser was for, you will often see it mentioned in the very end of my videos. Down in the corner, you'll see something along the lines of, Be a Hero, Donate, and it has Caleb House there. And that is the organization that you see there. And you can find a link to that organization in my video description. It's calebhouse.org. Caleb is spelled with a K. So the other thing that I wanted to mention very quickly is about the pottery mugs. Now, several years ago, I started having pottery mugs made by an artist, and originally I was just having them made for me because I wanted to have some custom mugs with my logo. And I had found an artist who didn't live too terribly far away from when I was in Alabama. And she had been making some custom mugs for different YouTube channels and such. And so I had reached out to her and she had made some for me. And I later did some bigger orders and sold them because people were interested in them. And this right here is one of the earlier mugs that I had made that I still have. I actually still have a couple of mugs that was made by that artist, and this is one of them. But that artist had stopped doing pottery, and so I found another pottery to do the custom mugs. These mugs are actually made by the same pottery that does the ones for Homesteaders of America. And I liked the mugs, I liked the shape and the different colors that they offered, and it just worked out perfectly to have mugs made by them. So I did that order with them. It went very well. I kind of split that whole big order into two groups. I did the initial sale when the mugs all came in, and then I had held a group of them for the fall to do a fall sale. Now, I've still been getting a lot of interest in the mugs, so I have put in another order. Now, in the past, I only did these like every 2 to 3 years, but because I've had so many people requesting mugs, I went ahead and I did a very small order this year, even though I just did one. Now, this order, again, it's not very big. There's not going to be a lot of mugs, and I'm not going to be doing another order next year or probably the year after. And so this order of mugs will be the last chance for you to get a Cosmopolitan Cornbread handmade pottery mug for the foreseeable future. When these mugs come in, it's me that ships them. I hand package every single one of these mugs and mail them all out myself, which is of course very time consuming. And so like I said, I won't be doing this next year. It'll be a few years before you get the opportunity to get one again. This particular order that is coming in, there's going to be some different colors. I ordered more of the green ones because green is my favorite color, but there will also be 3 other new colors that haven't been offered before. One of which is the much requested red mug. So you'll be able to get the Cosmopolitan Cornbread mug in red. Now I have put in the order. It's going to be several weeks before it comes in. So I would expect the mugs to become available for purchase. Let's see, this is mid-March. Sometime in mid-May to early June is when you can expect to see them. They will be sold in my Etsy shop. You don't have to be a member of Etsy to make purchases on there anymore. You can just go on and order with your credit card or whatever. I will give a heads up to when they're going to be available here on the YouTube channel, as well as my newsletter. If you're not subscribed, that is the best way to stay up to date on everything happening with Cosmopolitan Cornbread. It is completely free, and I send out just a couple of emails a week. So that is it, friends. Thank you for joining me here again at the homestead. My name is Constance from Cosmopolitan Cornbread, and I'll talk to y'all next time.